graduating this spring with my bachelor's in computer science, and my responsibility for the OptionsFrontier project was full stack development on the database, the Node backend, and a lot of the logic on the Angular front end.
My name is Jake Jen. I'm graduating with my Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science this spring. My main contribution to the project has been front-end UI design.
Hi, I'm Alex Stewart and I'm graduating this fall in 2022. My main focus for the OptionsFrontier project was on the stock market data analysis and data crunching side.
My name is Nguyen Tran. I'm graduating spring 2022, and my main contribution to the project is system architecture and operations.
As you might have heard of in the media, the word stonks is used a lot. It is used in a humorous tone in which it's aimed at retail investors that don't make very informed decisions or come to the consensus of the forum and buy that stock just because of that data. We, OptionsFrontier, aim to provide a data-driven approach to fill that gap and provide users with quantitative data so they can make more sound investment decisions. As a retail investor, I want to be able to create portfolios, put parameters in an advanced search so I can find tickers that I could invest in, view different generated reports, which gives you a graphical representation of your data, of your portfolio, and just kind of get an overview of your portfolio and how it's doing since you logged in our system. We also provide a platform that's easy to use and is appealing to modern retail investors. A lot of current solutions have a lot of technical jargon and it's hard to parse through, especially being a new retail investor in the space.
Welcome to the OptionsFrontier Demo. As Mr. Jen was saying, we're a platform that helps retail investors come up with the best investment strategy that they can. So when you log in, this is the view you're going to see for each one of my portfolios. I can see a historical performance graph with time windows that I can go ahead and change to get a sense of how my portfolio is changing over different windows of time. See all of my positions. If I expand these, I can view more about each of the companies, and I can also view some stock news, which is very particular and up to date for this portfolio. Like I said, I have one for each portfolio here, and I have about 4 portfolios. So if I want to go ahead and edit my portfolios, I can do so by clicking the portfolio builder. Here you can see I can delete stocks. If I want to add a stock, I can do so. Maybe I want some Walmart and I want 500 shares. Or maybe I don't know the number of shares that I want, but I do know that I want $5,000 of target. I can do that too, no big deal. We also support options, so if I want to add an option to a portfolio, I can press the add option button, look for my ticker, go ahead and just fill out everything else that an option requires. So, maybe I'm feeling pretty bearish about the S&P, very bearish. I can go ahead and mark my strike as really low, mark it as a put, and then when I'm done editing, I can either press save or navigate away. So I'm just going to navigate away to show off our report generator. Wait for the portfolios to finish saving. This is our report generator. So if I go ahead and select a portfolio and give the report a name and then click generate, it will get sent off to our data API where it will crunch some numbers and give us some data. In the meantime, you have something to look at. You have all of the stock news for that portfolio. You also have a breakdown of what percentage you have of each stock in that portfolio. And once it's done loading, you'll see this view. So here up top we have the portfolio overview. This is information pertaining to your entire portfolio. So we have the efficient frontier, optimal allocations, forecast summary. If I want to view each individual company within my portfolio, I can do so within the company breakdown. Maybe I have a really big portfolio. That's okay. I can just search for the company here. And here are our various graphs. So this is our MDN forecast distribution. These are the ending values of the forecast after 15 days. If I want to see each simulated forecast, I can do so by clicking on that. And these graphs are kind of complicated. So if I ever get confused and I don't know what I'm looking at, by clicking on the I button, I can see a tutorial that explains not only what I'm looking at, but also kind of how to interpret it and what it might mean for your portfolio, as well as a written description if I'm a little too busy to watch the 1-minute video. When I've generated a report. It comes to live here within the summary view. So as you can see here, I've got a few Wednesday reports. I've been changing stuff up and looking at how my portfolio does, but I can just click on that and reopen it back up. Go ahead and delete it if I want. I can look at my other portfolios reports, and this is useful because it lets us track performance over time. Finally, if I want to find specific stocks, I can come here to the advanced search. In the interest of time, I'm just going to select a pre-made strategy. So maybe I want a company with solid underlying financials. I'm worried about the recession coming up. I can go ahead and add and delete parameters if I want, but these are pretty good. So here I've got a list of companies. Maybe I want now to find the company with the highest book value. I can do so by choosing what to sort by and choosing descending. And then I can select the company with the highest book value. Here you'll see the company information panel, and that's it for the demo. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask us on demo day. Welcome to the OptionsFrontier technical overview. In the interest of time, I'm going to breeze through this, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask them on demo day. We'll all be there. So here is our system architecture. I don't have enough time to get into the specifics, but we're going to look at each individual component, and this graph is useful for looking at how everything relates to one another. So with that, we're going to look at the Angular front end to start. So we use Angular 12 to deliver a responsive and modern experience. We use the Plotly and Chart.js graph libraries to power our data visualization, and we use auth-o as our IDP to handle route guarding and making sure people are auth before they see certain views. We chose to use Node as our main API, serves as our backbone for the platform because it's really great for a large throughput of I/O, and as a data-driven application, we have to deal with a lot of data and a lot of I/O. We have an Express.js to REST API, which actually handles delivering the data to whoever asks for it, typically the front end. We use Axios to make HTTP requests to the Flask API and also to the third-party stock providers, and then we use MySQL 2 to make requests to our database in the form of prepared statements. Next, we're going to cover the Flask Data API. So this is where our data crunching and machine learning happens, especially on the report view. Here you can see the packages that we use for our machine learning. We use the Arch package for our Garch forecasts, PMD Arima for our Arima forecasts, and we have PyTorch for our proprietary mixed density network forecasts. Next, I'm going to talk about the third-party data providers that help power the platform. We have FMP Cloud as our stock data API and the Chicago Board Options Exchange as our options API. We use MySQL for the DB. It's very flexible and it gets the job done. It tracks all of our user data and their positions over time so that we can give them that experience on the front end. Next, we are using Docker for the front end, the Node API, and the Flask API. So all of those can scale up through Docker Swarm. It also makes development and deployment easy. And we have a full CI/CD pipeline through our GitLab, which lets us keep up to date with production really, really easy. Finally, we're going to cover some software practices. So we met 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. We each had different branches where we would make commits, and then when we were together, we would merge. As you can see, this led to about 455 commits in total over the lifetime of the project. And to keep track of tasks, we used our task board a lot. You can see that on the left here. By the end of the project, we had about 80 tasks completed, and we used tasks as features. So about 80 different features completed. And that's it for the technical overview. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them on demo day. We'll be more than happy to give some more insight into how everything works. To wrap it all up, I just want to say thank you for watching the video all the way through. And if you have any additional questions, please feel free to ask us on demo day. We're really excited to get to show this off, and we look forward to getting to chat with you.